Hey there, legends. Have you ever been in a situation where you know she likes you, but she never calls, texts, or even reaches out? It's like there's this invisible wall, and you're left wondering, why? Well, you're not alone. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating psychology behind why women sometimes don't make the first move, even when they're into you. Part 1. The fear of rejection. Let's start with a psychological fact that might surprise you. Women experience the fear of rejection just as much as men do, if not more. This fear can stem from past experiences, low confidence, or even societal norms. Think about it. She might be scared that if she makes the first move, you'll reject her, or worse, you might lose respect for her. Society often teaches women to play it cool, which makes them hesitate even when they're genuinely interested. She's probably overthinking every little detail. Will he think I'm too eager? What if he's not interested? The truth is, this overthinking can be paralyzing. And guess what? While she's stuck in her head, you're over there thinking she doesn't care. Sound familiar? Part 2. Testing your intentions. Here's another reason. She's testing you. Yes, you heard that right. Women often wait for you to make the first move to see if you're genuinely interested. Psychologically, this stems from a need for validation. If you're the one chasing, it reassures her that you value her. But here's the catch. It doesn't mean she doesn't like you. She's just trying to figure out if you're worth her time and energy. Part 3. Independence versus vulnerability. Now this one is big. Modern women are often taught to be independent and self-sufficient. While this is empowering, it can also create a barrier. Reaching out first might make her feel vulnerable, and vulnerability can be terrifying, especially if she's afraid of getting hurt. Psychologists call this the approach avoidance conflict. She wants to connect, but the fear of losing her independence or getting emotionally attached holds her back. So instead of reaching out, she convinces herself to wait. And the longer she waits, the more the distance grows. Part 4. What you can do about it. Now that we've uncovered the psychology, let's talk solutions. What can you do to bridge the gap? Be clear with your intentions. Don't play games. If you like her, let her know, directly and confidently. Create a safe space. Show her that it's okay to be vulnerable with you. This might take time, but patience is key. Mirror her energy. If she's hesitant, be approachable, not pushy. Match her pace, but don't be afraid to take the lead. Remember, communication is a two-way street. If you're always the one initiating, it's okay to step back and see if she's willing to meet you halfway. At the end of the day, human connections are complex, and everyone has their own reasons for acting the way they do. But here's the thing. If she truly likes you, she wants to connect with you. Sometimes, all it takes is a little patience and understanding to break down those walls. The silent confidence test. Let's dive into one of the most common reasons, the silent confidence test. Here's the truth. Women often associate confidence with how much initiative a man takes. Psychologists suggest that women subconsciously test a man's confidence by seeing how he reacts to silence. Does he take the lead and reach out, or does he retreat and assume the worst? But here's the kicker. This isn't about playing games. It's about seeing if you can handle the dynamics of a relationship. After all, confidence isn't just about swagger. It's about consistency and emotional maturity. So her silence could actually be her way of saying, are you willing to lead? Think about it. How you respond to silence says a lot about your character. If you panic or overreact, it might signal insecurity. But if you stay calm, composed, and steady, that's a trait women find incredibly attractive. The influence of societal norms. Now let's talk about something bigger, societal norms. We live in a world where, for centuries, men have been expected to make the first move. And while times are changing, these deeply rooted norms still affect the way many women behave in relationships. Even if she's interested, she might hesitate to reach out because she doesn't want to seem too forward or easy. It's a societal pressure she's internalized, even if she doesn't consciously realize it. She could be sitting there with her phone in hand, wanting to text you, but stopping herself because she's worried about what you might think. It's not about you, it's about her internal conflict, overthinking, and the fear of misinterpretation. Here's another psychological fact for you. Women tend to overanalyze their actions more than men. And this is backed by research. She's not just thinking, should I text him? She's also thinking, how will he interpret it? Am I being too clingy? Too needy? This constant overthinking can lead to decision paralysis. And the result? She convinces herself to stay silent, even if she's dying to reach out. So, while you're wondering why she's distant, she's probably replaying your last conversation in her head, looking for hidden meanings that aren't even there. Protecting herself from emotional risks. Let's face it, putting yourself out there is risky. No one likes feeling vulnerable, and this is especially true for women who have been hurt in the past. Psychologically, humans are wired to avoid pain, and emotional rejection can feel just as painful as physical harm. If she's had bad experiences before, her silence might be her way of protecting herself. She's waiting to see if you make the first move so she doesn't risk getting hurt again. It's not that she doesn't like you. She's just waiting for reassurance. And here's the thing. The more secure and understanding you are, the more likely she is to open up over time. Is she truly interested? Look for these signs. Now, here's where things get interesting. How can you tell if she's actually into you, even if she doesn't reach out? Look for these subtle signs. She mirrors your behavior. Does she laugh at your jokes, mimic your tone, or use similar phrases? That's a subconscious signal of attraction. She lingers in conversations, whether in person or over text. If she tries to keep the conversation going, that's a major green flag. She responds quickly, even if she doesn't initiate. A quick and enthusiastic reply shows she's interested. If you see these signs, chances are she's into you. She's just waiting for you to take the lead. What should you do? All right, so now you know the psychology. What's next? How do you navigate this tricky situation? Here's the game plan. Take the lead confidently. Don't hesitate to make the first move. Text her, call her, or invite her out. Confidence is attractive. Keep things light and positive. Don't overthink her silence. Instead, focus on creating a fun, stress-free vibe when you interact. Give her space if needed. If she's hesitant, don't pressure her. Let her come to you at her own pace. And most importantly, remember, communication is a two-way street. If she's never reaching out, even after you've made an effort, it's okay to reevaluate where you stand. Relationships are like a dance. It's all about timing and balance. If she's into you but hesitates to reach out, don't take it personally. Instead, use what you've learned today to approach the situation with patience and understanding. The unspoken rule of attraction. Let's start with a truth that might sting a little. Women are often conditioned by society to believe that the man should make the first move. It's an unspoken rule ingrained through years of tradition and cultural narratives. Even if she's deeply interested, she might hesitate to reach out because she's worried about appearing too eager. It's not fair, but it's real. And this is where understanding her perspective gives you an edge. Here's a fascinating psychological fact. Studies have shown that people, especially women, often avoid initiating contact to protect their ego. The fear of rejection is powerful. By not reaching out first, she's shielding herself from potential embarrassment or hurt. So the next time you're staring at your phone, wondering why she hasn't texted, remember, it's less about her disinterest and more about her hesitation. The mystery factor, keeping you hooked. Now let's talk about something a little more calculated. Mystery. There's a psychological phenomenon called the pleasure of uncertainty. It's the same reason you can't stop checking your notifications after sending a risky text. That little bit of unpredictability. It's addictive. Some women intuitively understand this dynamic. By not reaching out, she might be creating a sense of intrigue, making you wonder about her and keeping you on your toes. Here's the catch. This isn't necessarily manipulation. Sometimes it's subconscious. She's not thinking, "I'll ignore him to make him like me more." She's just letting things unfold naturally, which creates that magnetic pull. Fascinating, right? The silence can actually make you more drawn to her. It's human nature to want what feels just out of reach. Emotional baggage. The ghosts of her past. Now let's get a little deeper. Imagine she's been hurt before. Maybe an ex played with her emotions, or she opened up to someone who later ghosted her. That kind of pain doesn't just fade away. Psychologically, humans are wired to avoid situations that have caused them pain in the past. If she's been burned before, her hesitation to reach out might not be about you at all. It's about the walls she's built to protect herself. In this case, her silence isn't rejection. It's self-preservation. She's interested, but she's waiting to see if you're someone she can truly trust. If you suspect this might be the case, your best move is patience. Show her consistency, respect, and understanding. Over time, she'll realize you're not like the ones who hurt her. The overthinking spiral, paralyzed by fear. Here's a wild fact. Women tend to overanalyze situations far more than men. It's not just, "Should I text him?" It's, "What should I say? How long should the text be? What if he misinterprets it? What if I seem desperate?" This spiral of overthinking often leads to inaction. She's not ignoring you. She's stuck in her own head. So while you're sitting there thinking, "Why doesn't she just text me?" she's sitting there thinking, "What if I mess this up?" It's a cycle of fear and hesitation. Attraction isn't just about chemistry. It's about understanding the deeper psychology behind human behavior. The more you understand her perspective, the better you'll navigate these tricky situations. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced this? What did you do? Drop your stories in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, hit that like button. Share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights into the world of psychology and relationships. Until next time, stay patient, stay confident, and remember, sometimes silence speaks louder than words.